Hey folks, Arizona guy here. It is September 10th, 2025. Phoenix, Arizona. It's about 3 in the afternoon. Temperature is 103. It's actually a fairly nice day today. So I've had to clean my pool. Phoenix got some, at least my area, got some really terrible dust storms. It blew a lot of debris in my pool, like palm fronds and things like that. So I've spent the last 2 days trying to get all the sand and debris out of my pool, which wasn't fun, but we completed the task okay. So how many of you have heard the term the tolerant left? The tolerant left. Yeah. The left, they preach tolerance, but they don't adhere to the rule. So today it looks like some leftist nut job. I can't wait to see what this person looks like. Shot Charlie Kirk. It is absolutely incredible that the left preaches tolerance, but the only thing they really know and the only thing they do are violent behavior, while telling everybody else, no, no, no. And they always, when there's a shooting, a school shooting, any kind of a shooting, they always blame the gun. So today, Charlie Kirk was at an event and got shot. It looks like he got shot in the neck by some person shooting a rifle 200 yards away. Extremely, extremely violent. It's just unbelievable. You cannot blame a gun or a weapon when somebody gets injured with a gun or a weapon. In America, there are millions and millions of guns and weapons, millions and millions of actual law-abiding citizens. So the left is always preaching gun control. Take the guns away from everybody. Which they know, and everybody else knows, is a complete impossibility. There is no way. America has always had the Second Amendment, which allows law-abiding citizens to own and carry guns. So there is no possible way to confiscate all the guns in America. And it would not be a lawful order to confiscate people's law-abiding ownership of guns. It is not the gun that is the problem. It is the person with the brain problem using the gun. They are lawfully purchasing these guns. They apparently pass all the rules to get these guns. And then they go do bad things with these guns. And then the media and the Democrats and the left always blame the gun. Well, if he wouldn't have got the gun, well, the gun wasn't ever the problem. It is the person holding the gun. And nobody in the media wants to actually say this because they know it's true and they know there's no law in the world that can stop these shootings. So, folks, there were people walking by. So, folks, I don't know, man. I hope and pray that Charlie Kirk makes it. I really do. But him getting shot and them trying to shoot the future president of the United States, it is nothing more than a mere threat to people who continually speak out about what's right and what's wrong. And they want the left, they're so tolerant, that they want people like myself and others people who think for themselves, who don't need to be told how to think. They want people like us with the same viewpoint to live in fear of speaking out. That's what this is all about. They want conservative voices to shut up and be quiet. And they want us to live in fear. Well, folks, I don't know about you, but I refuse to live in fear. This is America, the land of the free, the land of the brave. And we all cannot live in fear. We have to continue to speak out. There is something wrong in America if you have to live in fear. There is something wrong with the country if you have to live in fear. But you see the big cities like Chicago is refusing to assist in President Trump's low crime, no crime agenda. There are people in Chicago who actually do not intend to clean up the crime in their cities. For some vague reason, they want to continue to having the crime in large Democratic controlled cities. And I'm not quite sure how to put my finger on it, why you would want to continue 54 people being shot in Chicago last weekend. It's not a good thing. It's not a good name to have connected with your city. 54 people shot over the weekend in Chicago. Headline news all the time. Chicago, murder capital of the United States. Headlines all the time. And why would the governor and the mayor and a lot of other insider political people insist upon keeping the crime in their cities and trying to avoid cleanup measures that Donald Trump and his cabinet want to put in place? It really doesn't make sense to me. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I want Phoenix, Arizona to be very safe. I can go walk around my neighborhood at night, and I don't live in fear of walking through my neighborhood at night, because the Phoenix police are very, very good here. And they're always patrolling the streets. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing for me. And reciting families in my neighborhood who feel the same way. We like the police on the streets. We like low crime. So it doesn't make any sense that Democrats insist upon keeping 54 people shot in Chicago over the weekend. They want that continued. And you have to sit back and you have to ask yourself, why is that? Are political people benefiting from the high crime in blue cities? It makes no sense, but it has to be connected with financial gain with someone. Someone is wanting the high crime in blue cities to continue. I don't know, folks. I sit and I think about this, and it just makes no sense to me at all. Most Americans, most working nuclear families want their children to be safe when they go out to play. If they go to a city park or whatever, parents want children to be safe, and the parents themselves want to be safe. So why would an increased crime rate in your town or city be beneficial to you? Which the answer is, it's not. However, it has to be beneficial to someone. And that's what we all need to put our finger on, is what really is going on inside the crime in Democrat-run cities, sanctuary cities. What is really going on, and what is the actual agenda behind the entire thing? So anyway, folks, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, give the video a like. I hope you are all part of the kindness revolution that Dave Paulides talks about. I think the kindness revolution is fantastic. Smile, hold a door open for somebody. If you're in the grocery store like I just came from, if somebody's a little shorter, challenged getting something high on a shelf, reach up, get it for them, assist them. We have to make America a kinder, gentler place to live. We must. We have to. And we must say no to violence in America. Period. I don't care what side it's on. Violence cannot be tolerated in our country. So anyway, folks, leave me a comment. Go out, have yourself a wonderful day. Arizona Guy, out.